One Zambia, One Nation. It's a pleasure to be with you once more on the news desk. I'm Alice Banda to be with you. Let's take a look at the headlines. Kabompo schools urged to utilize CDF. Remedial works on Chiba-Chiluba-Nama Road commence. Plus 661 civil servants in Western Province on payroll misplacement. And now the news in detail. Kabompo Town Council Director of Planning, James Mwila, has advised school management in the district to utilize the Constituency Development Fund and ensure they complete all stored school infrastructure. Mr. Mwila said this when a team of officers from the local authority visited Dikalonga Primary School during a CDF project appraisal exercise in Luniwe Ward. And in Central Province Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwanakampwe has urged children from vulnerable households to concentrate on education as government remains committed to provide education support through school bursaries and education loans for skills development. Mr. Mwanakampwe said this when he handed over foodstuff and groceries to Agape Village Foundation, an orphanage in Chitambo district of Central Province. More in the following report by Alex Mukuka.
In order to promote cleanliness and good diet for the 57 children at Agape Village Foundation for the orphaned children, the government has donated several cleaning items, foodstuff, and groceries to Agape Village Foundation for the orphans. Central Province Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwanakampwe, who handed over the donation, says government will always render a helping hand to the needy.
The environment that I've found here is more serene, conducive for learning, and for us to show thanks to the sponsors, we need to put our heads together and start hard. I know you have heard of going to school, having meal allowances reinstated. We're looking at an aspect of having bursaries, but this time around there are loan schemes.
Mr. Mwanakampwe, who took time to tour the orphanage, which also runs a school, appreciated school management.
Government will not fold arms akimbo. We will always look forward to partnering with yourselves to make sure that the lives of those that fall before us, or those that are failing to work with us, are held and upheld to the latter, because these are not only leaders of tomorrow, these are leaders of today. So there's no future, there's no past, it's what we do today.
Agape Orphanage Center Director Angela Lushomwa has thanked the government for the good gesture.
It's brought for us. It will go a long way. It's rare that we receive visitors who can even think of bringing something for us. So, thank you so much.
Reporting for Zanis in Chitambo district of Central Province, I am Alex Mukuka.
We continue with the news. The Kasama Municipal Council has commenced temporary works to allow the smooth movement of goods and services on the Chiba-Chiluba-Nama Road in Kasama district of Northern Province following heavy rains that have made the road impassable. We have more in the following report.
This is the state of the Chiba-Chiluba-Nama Road in Kasama district of Northern Province. The road has become impassable due to heavy rains the district has received this season. Kasama Municipal Council have since come on board and patching up areas which are badly damaged.
The roads have been damaged due to the rains that we have experienced as a district, and of course we want to appeal to the members of the general public to be patient with the local authority, as some roads have been submitted under CDF, and there are some roads that have been spotted as the local authority that will be worked on.
Pritia Mumba, a civil engineer from the Kasama Municipal Council, gives an update on the works.
And we had complaints from the community saying some people have been cut off, the children can't access schools, and the community can't access the healthy services. So we came on board as the council, as it is our mandate to maintain roads, to do some spot improvement on these roads. and we started on this week Tuesday, and probably will complete by Saturday this week.
The residents of Chiba and Chirubanama have thanked the local authority for this gesture.
I think that is a plus. That's a plus. But what is needed in the near future is to make this road a permanent one. Yes, we must have at least the catch waters. Yes, a good camber formation. The road need to be treated as a very important road because it goes to so many schools in this direction.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama, I'm Jafet Munkondia.
The Hagainde Entrepreneurship Mentorship Initiative for Cooperatives, HEMIC, and the Farmers Development Cooperative Union, FDCU, has been launched in Western Province. FDCU is aimed at promoting Zambian cooperatives in productive investments by Zambians, while the HEMIC is a positive platform for President Hakainde Hichilema in his private capacity to share his lifelong entrepreneurship experiences in business and the corporate world. More in the following report by Ikachana Sindala.
The Farmers Development Cooperative Union, FDCU, that is having around 25,000 cooperative affiliates, was formed in 2022 and was legally registered in March 2023 under the Cooperative Societies Act No. 20 of 1998. FDCU aims at promoting investment for Zambians in all sectors of business, and its objective is to promote profits through sustainable businesses in all sectors for the members. In Western Province, FDCU has since been launched, where Acting Deputy Permanent Secretary Richard Mlwanda represented the provincial administration.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm made to appreciate that the Farmers Development Cooperative Union is a Zambian cooperative whose aim is to promote investment in Zambia by Zambians for Zambians. Very clear. On the other hand, the Hakainde Entrepreneurship Mentorship Initiative for Cooperatives is a platform of our beloved Republican President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, in his private capacity to share his lifelong entrepreneurial experiences in business and the corporate world, so that these cooperatives can also learn and become successful organizations.
Farmers Development Cooperative Union Western Province Executive Director Barbara Micheloditia appealed to her colleagues to embrace FDCU.
Today the province will witness one of the very important affiliates being launched in the business circles of the province and country at large. I would like to inform my fellow colleagues to embrace and take this initiative with the seriousness it deserves.
Meanwhile, FDCU Director of Public Relations Susan Mulambia highlights the mentorship and training strategy that the cooperative has put in place.
Farmers Development Cooperative Union has put up a tailored program in mentorship and training through the Hakainde Entrepreneur Mentorship Initiative for Cooperatives. So through this mentorship, the cooperatives will be able to go through the mindset change through the mentorship, which they have to go through 4 stages for them to complete the mentorship training for the mindset change transformation.
Ikachana Sindala, Zanis in Mongu, Western Province.
Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Skills Development and Entrepreneurship Project Manager Maxwell Mumba says the project is meant to contribute towards job creation through initiatives like value addition to raw materials. Mr. Mumba says the Skills Development and Entrepreneurship Project also seeks to promote gender equality, thereby reducing poverty in the country. He has observed that groundnuts and soybeans are examples of agro raw materials that can be produced into finished products such as peanut butter and cooking oil. Mr. Momba said this shortly after a media tour of the Chipata Industrial Yard in Eastern Province. He says the Chipata Industrial Yard is an opportunity for the people of Eastern Province to participate in the industrialization of the country's economy. Meanwhile, Geoffrey Mtonga, an SME operating at the Chipata Industrial Yard, thanked government for the infrastructure, adding that it has helped to grow his business financial capacity. Civil Service Commission Chairperson Jolwe Beyani says about 661 government officers are on payroll misplacement in Western Province. Dr. Beyani has disclosed that the Ministry of Health is the most affected with 449 cases, followed by the Ministry of Education with 82 cases. He has noted that the Ministry of Agriculture is the third with 45 cases. He said this when he paid a courtesy call on Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa in Mongo. Dr. Beyani has explained that the Commission has undertaken the trip at a critical time when it is looking at actualizing the presidential directive to employ volunteers who are providing service at the cholera centers. He added that the validation process to determine the actual number of volunteers is almost complete. Meanwhile, Mr. Akapelwa said the province did not experience severe cholera cases, and as such, volunteers in the health sector are few. And Deputy Permanent Secretary Richard Mulwanda, who is also Western Province Human Resource Committee Chairperson, said about 1,000 government workers have been confirmed in the province. The Zambia Development Agency, ZDA, has assured livestock farmers in Namwala district that it is working on modalities to bring on board partners to grow pasture for livestock. This follows the drying up of pasture along the Kafue Plains, which farmers depend on. And Namwala Council Chairperson Ebo Monga has expressed concern over the negative impact of the prolonged dry spell on livestock in the district. Details in the following report.
The prolonged dry spell that has been experienced has not only affected the food security for people, but the food and water for animals has equally been affected. The livelihoods of farmers who depend most on farming is now worrying.
As you may know that Namwala, we depend on the cattle. We are worried now. We don't know what our animal will eat, because already in the plain PS is dry. We have no rains. Our farmers every night and the day are crying. We don't know what we are going to do.
In Namwala, hope is not all lost as government plans to start growing the pasture for animals.
Working with the provincial administration and Zambia Development Agency, we want to attract people who come and start growing pasture for the animals and other supplements for the animals, medicines for the animals, and also develop as many water points as possible.
We want to work with you, the council and various stakeholders in Namwala, to make sure that we perfect this idea.
I'm happy that PS, Director General, have come to help us.
Meanwhile, Namwala Farmers Association Chairperson Bright Chisamba has encouraged farmers to utilize the failed crops for animal feed.
We want to ensure that this failed crop will be managed in such a way that it will be used to feed our animals in the few months to come. Because we know that the plains will not be able to provide anything, but we will encourage our farmers to ensure that the failed crop is prepared for our animals.
Costa Kimdenda, Zanis, in Namwala District, Southern Province.
In response to the devastating effects of the prolonged dry spell, the Minister of Agriculture in Mufumbwe District of Northwestern Province has launched an initiative to train farmers in conservation farming methods. This comes as part of the short-term measures to mitigate against the anticipated poor harvest. Here is a report.
While the district was reported to have an increase in production from 14,000 hectares for the 2022 to 2023 farming season to 16,000 hectares for the 2023-2024 farming season, Mufumbwe has for the first time suffered a prolonged dry spell which has lasted for over 5 weeks. This has posed a serious threat to food security in the district, especially that agriculture is the backbone of livelihood for most of the local people. Recognizing the urgent need for action, the Ministry of Agriculture in Mufumbwe District has embarked on a training initiative to empower local farmers with knowledge on sustainable farming practices tailored to withstand the challenges of a shifting climate.
We want our farmers to adopt the 16 by 39 meters, where in a 16 meters, we want these farmers to dig about 28 basins. And from one line to another line, they should leave at least a spacing of 75 centimeters. So mean in 39 meters long, they are going to have 52 lines. So if the management is well, you find that in the 28 basins, they are going to have 56 crops, because in each basin there are 2 plants. So these 56 crops, if they are big enough, they are able to fill up a bucket of maize. And this bucket of maize is enough for a family of 6. So meaning that this family of 6, if each week they are eating 56 crops, for the whole year, they can eat using this same field.
While some farmers applaud the efforts by the Ministry of Agriculture in the district, Honest Mukimba, a local farmer, is calling on the government to consider making available irrigation facilities for farmers in the district.
Especially one day one most of the na maneighbors with no muchao. Kale program mana tunehela ya kuya na kulimako ngetu toto mako kumea. Inawahe chikumi. Omona tuwanako tumwe tokulikafisa natu na bana bana.
Tuna kulomba ku the government chukwasha kunjila yumo akuchwinka kuja kuzatisha kuikana good irrigation system. Chengi chudina mejwani hekwa ne kuikala kuma sources amokwila akuchwa naku mwaku ikaila na menjera kuchimbila kuma bohozi chinu chejima inunjila ibuchwila kusustain.
By diversifying crops, implementing conservation agriculture practices, and adopting sustainable land management techniques, farmers are not only mitigating the immediate impact of dry spells, but also safeguarding their livelihoods for the long term in the district. John Muhanga reporting for Zanis Mufumbwe District in Northwestern Province.
Senior Chief Nsokolo of the Mambwe-speaking people in Senga Hill District has pledged to work with the government in securing the national food basket. Senior Chief Sokolo said this when Senga Hill District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma called on him at his palace. Take a look.
Senga Hill District is expected to record a bumper harvest in the 2023-2024 farming season following the favorable rainfall pattern and timely distribution of farming inputs. And to ensure food security, Senior Chief Nsokolo has drawn a sensitization program for his subjects along the porous border area with Tanzania not to sell their maize fields before harvest.
To also invite our friends from Ministry of Agriculture so that they can be accompanying us as we go to talk to people, especially those are at the border. Because sometimes you find that they sell maize even before they haven't even harvested, which is very sad. Government has given us input. We need to sell them so that even those provinces that don't have anything, they also benefit.
And Senga Hill District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma said government is equally concerned about the issue.
To urge our people not to sell their fields before they even harvest. And the best thing that we do, once we harvest, let's sell to the government. Because the government will keep in turn. This government will not let their people die of hunger. So out of whatever they will keep, it will still come to sustain us as Zambians. So Kanavesa, we've taken note of your concerns and together we'll work on them.
Senior Chief Nsokolo also appealed for a police post at Chimula to be servicing the other side of the district due to its vastness when the commissioner called on him at his palace.
It is shorter to go to Mbala than going to Senga there. So we urgently need a police post, either here where the area is a center, or at Chimula there where anyone can access the police services.
Zanis in Senga Hill District, Namsokwe Wembia.
Lastly on the news, Sinazongo residents have pledged to donate food and non-food items worth 258,000 kwacha towards the rehabilitation of the Mwemba Mamba Road. Sinazongo Member of Parliament Gift Sialubalo, who also donated 100 pockets of cement, has commended the residents for the unity of purpose in mobilizing resources for the rehabilitation of the road. Gift Banji now reports.
Community participation in road development encourages the use of local knowledge and resources. It is for this reason Sinazongo lawmaker Gift Sialubalo highlighted road network challenges and donated 100 pockets of cement, while the local authority allocated 180,000 CDF towards the rehabilitation of Mwemba Mamba Road.
We thought of meeting you, dear colleagues, so that together we can plan on how we are going to attend to Mwemba Mamba Road. What is urgently required come April, there should be some tipper trucks, maybe 2 or 3, up to 4 tipper trucks. We shall need an excavator, of course, with a low bed. We shall need a roller compactor, probably a 20-ton compactor. It will do. We need a water bowser and also a grader. So me, as the MP for Sinazongwe, I'm offering 100 pockets of cement.
This year we want to do at least a better job. Twaya kutindiza ngatwaranga or 180,000 kwacha Mburi Council. So honorable ndia ndara tuli 40 to saga ni by April tunorelete.
To promote a more sustainable approach to rural development, Mwemba residents donated food and non-food items such as cement, meal, relish, money and rubber.
Nomendera sirari mbiya 5,000 nilino.
Amendali aba ndio pa tusaga 20.
Ali aba kuti kumulimu uyenda kuyoberegwa ambebo amakandipange mvovu abusanya bagoberega kamba ambebo ndimu yagi.
Senedmani matambo asenedmani simankawa bodi ndimenengwa mbawala ndimesimankawa. Tueta mpongo zikopita zikajishu.
Investors such as Maze Holdings, Mamba Kora Mine, Star Energy, Sezik pledge to plow back to the community through the corporate social responsibility by releasing earth-moving equipment.
Guzwa kuzongwe side amaze tulagwisa greda excavator ulima tipa obire awonzya kuyoberega chasika chindi cha
matipa utabauza tena amara ambatara.
Gift Banji, Zanis in Sinazongwe, Southern Province.
As we end the news, a recap of stories that made headlines. Kabompo schools urged to utilize CDF. Remedial works on Chiba-Chiluba-Nama Road commence. Plus 661 civil servants in Western Province on payroll misplacement. On that note, we end Zanis News. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, I'm Alice Banda saying goodbye and God bless you.